Spike Studio is proud to say we will be at CES 2014, but why wait till then to show you the new stuff? We have the only in-depth tech review with Neptune and their Pine Smartwatch. It's an amazing piece of technology that's going to change the way you actually work with your phones and your smartwatches. Take a look at the interview I had with the CTO. It's early CES 2014 with Spike Studio. This is an interview with Aaron Wilkins, the CTO of Neptune Pine Smartwatch. This thing's amazing. Welcome everyone. We are live again. This is an interview that I've been looking forward to for weeks. It's been a little hard to schedule, so I have Aaron Wilkins, you're going to tell me the CTO. The CTO.
That's right.
CTO of one of the best magical things coming out soon. I'm going to let you describe and tell everybody who you are. But guys, let everybody know, I've been looking forward to this for like a week and a half. So tell them what you guys are making.
Awesome. Well, right now we're in the final stages of putting together basically the first full function, completely independent smartwatch. This is basically, this device is meant to be able to replace your phone. It's got full 3G functionality. It's got, GSM. We've got video chat. We've got a good quality 5-megapixel camera for taking pictures. We've got a front-facing camera for chat. We've got a web browser on here. It's really cool. I've got it right here. I can just show it. Let me just turn it on. Have it charging.
Well, while you're bringing it up and charging, I'm taking. Everybody knows I'm taking off my Pebble, and I'm putting away my phones because I see a new toy that's going to replace them all. So now you make it basically clear as he brings this up. This is actually not just a replacement of hooking to an existing phone, but that's going to be a phone.
That's right. We've got full 3G transceiver. It's Quadband 3G, Quadband GSM. So it should work through most of North America, most of Europe.
Wow.
We're working also on a CDMA version. So we should basically be able to work on just about any network.
Well, let's start at the thing right there, what you said. So you're working on CDMA, and I know this a lot goes back to Kickstarter.
That's right.
So we should tell everybody you guys are on Kickstarter. You've already amassed huge amounts of funds. Quickly, I got in earlier, but I am a Kickstarter, part of it, so I'm invested in what they're doing. But you guys grew fast with the money. I mean, I've been getting emails. It's what, 3-4 days?
Yeah, I mean, it exploded. I mean, we launched it, and I remember checking the numbers. It was a few hundred, and then I went to sleep because we launched it at night, and I woke up and we were at 40K.
Wow! And
it was just a huge surprise. We just had this massive influx of support from everybody.
Now you're going for the CDMA launch, which at first you were just the GSM. Now you're going for CDMA. Which is more cost. Now, are you going to fit that in the same device, meaning it'll do all the bands?
Yeah, well, the CDMA will be a little bit further down the road. It's just a small hardware modification that we have to make, basically to have it accept CDMA.
Okay.
But, that's part of our big pictures. We want to have it work on all networks. We're looking down the road at getting it on board with carriers and, being able to have it share data with your phone and stuff like that. We also have a really great tethering app that we're working on. So for people who don't want to give up who don't want to buy an extra SIM card or who don't want to give up their smartphone, we've got a great tethering app, and we've been able to learn from some of the other companies, what to do and what not to do with the tethering app, what people find useful, like notifications and.
You're talking about Pebble and BlackBerry's Playbook and a few other quote tethering apps. So let's finish the tech piece that someone's going to want to know. Is it considered unlocked, meaning I can put SIMs from different carriers as I move throughout the world?
That's right. Our initial release is going to be it's an unlocked phone, so you can get a SIM card anywhere in the world, micro SIM card, and you can put it in our phone, and you'll be able to operate.
Wow, that's huge. As a lot of people, at least North America, know you get locked phones. You're stuck with Verizon or Sprint or whoever, and buying unlocked is expensive. So before you get into the geek part, now how is it going to be in terms of using the call? Is it going to be Bluetooth? Is it going to be a headset? Both? Either way?
It can take a Bluetooth headset. We've got a really great quality speaker. We went through a couple of components and tested. We've tested this one. It works amazingly on speakerphone, and it works amazingly just talking into your wrist. It's really cool for the kind of the sci-fi factor, speaking into your wrist. It's like Star Trek type stuff. So that's pretty cool. But of course, people want to have sometimes they want to have a more discreet conversation. So it can tether a Bluetooth headset. Any standard Bluetooth headset on the market, it can you can tether it the same way you would tether it to your phone.
What about the noise reduction on that external mic that you guys are going to use then? Have you tested that? I know you guys are still in development, but I mean, you're talking about speakerphone and hearing, but what about background noise on something like that on your wrist?
Well, the tests that we did were in an indoor environment and in an office environment with like light noise in the background.
That's fair.
And it worked pretty well.
Okay.
I'm not sure, we haven't tested it like in the middle of traffic or anything, or like on a outdoor busy environment, but
I know that would come up. That's one of the ones I could see people saying. Now, is there going to be an actual headset jack port or something on there too?
Yeah, there's a standard 3.5 millimeter headphone jack,
okay.
And so you should be able to. We're going to ship it with a headset as well, so you'll be able to plug it in and basically use it the same way you would use a regular headset on your Android phone.
All right, now let's talk the fun stuff. What is it going to be running? Android, I presume.
That's right, Android 4.1.2.
Okay.
And
then upgrades over the air. How are you guys going to handle all that stuff with the device?
That's still a little bit under development. We're working on over the air, but
plug it in. Plug it in. Yeah, right. Plug it in. So now, is it going to run the normal App Store apps? We're talking, Google Play App Store type stuff.
Well, we haven't gotten a licensing agreement with Google, so we're not allowed to put the Play Store on there right now. Okay. We're in the process of conforming with the Google Play Store requirements.
Gotcha.
We have tested apps, many different Android apps, and they work great. We have a standard resolution; it's 320 by 240.
Wow.
Lots of the apps, they work amazingly with zero adjustment. That's a really great feature that was something we really took into consideration during development, because we noticed a lot of the other smartwatches, they need like very specifically tailored apps for their device. So we wanted to be able to run apps just off the shelf, already existing apps. So we've tested many apps, many very popular apps, and they work great.
But Instagram, I can see everybody holding up their wrist, taking pictures with their camera for Instagram. So like things like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that. Does it do video too?
Yep. We can record video.
Now, let's see it. No one's seen it yet. We've been waiting, so we're 5 minutes in. Let's see it.
Sure. Hang on. Let me just turn it on because...
people are curious about size, so we're talking. People are going to be curious, what's the overall size while you're firing it up?
Well, I'll put it on my wrist just so that you can see.
Right.
I've got it right here.
I know. We know. Don't worry about it. Okay, so, and everyone should know this is actual pre-production. There's no guarantee this will be the final shape. I will say that for you. There's no guarantees this will be the final shape when it comes to production. Then we'll talk about timeline. So what do you got?
We're definitely looking at making some more sleek straps, and like refining the design. This is really our version 1.
Wow.
So right here we've got it, and it's hard to see the screen.
No, it's pretty good though. It's all right. I can see it says Neptune. There you go. Time's up. Yep. Your camera will refocus. You're good.
So
that prototype is not. Is it on the phone network right now, or is that strictly like Wi-Fi and?
It works on the phone network. We've tried it with our own SIM cards.
Okay.
And it works great. It can make phone calls. It gets really good reception. We can do Wi-Fi. We can do we got the Skype app working on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. But right now we're still working on the front-facing camera. But the Skype app works really well, and we can receive the video no problem. Still a few tweaks going with the front-facing camera to be able to transmit the video back. But I'm
gonna tell everybody now, if you got somebody in your household that wants to know where you are all the time, don't get this phone. Turn on your watch now. Turn on your wrist now. I can see this coming down the path. So that's right there. You've named some of the biggest apps. When we're talking about them, if you can do a Twitter, a Facebook, an Instagram, a Skype, that's huge. Right off the bat. Now, what about battery life? What about time? What are you guys testing at?
Right now, actually, we've even been surprised ourselves with the battery life. Our latest battery test puts it at about 120 hours standby.
Okay. Just sitting there doing, just time and sitting on a phone network or Wi-Fi or both, or?
Yeah, well, on standby, like with the screen off. On talk time, like nonstop talk time, we have 8 hours.
Okay.
So that's running on the network. running on the network and basically using the functions, using the radios. We have it at about 8 hours talk time.
That's
So
enormous. That's huge, guys. That's wow. I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking much shorter time than now. I know people haven't been using it all day, typing on it, doing their apps all day yet, things like that. Plus talk time. So we'll see what it turns out to be there. What about the specs inside? What'd you guys throw in there?
We have a Snapdragon, Qualcomm Snapdragon S4.
Okay.
So that was a little bit hard to get a hold of. We didn't want to go with sort of a no-name brand type processor. We didn't want to go with an MTK just because of compatibility issues and things like that. So we really wanted to have Qualcomm. We managed to find a really great partner that we could get a Qualcomm license with, and we managed to, because it's a little bit hard to get access to the Qualcomm processors under a certain volume. So that was a big accomplishment for us. It was to be able to get access to the Snapdragon S4, and it's giving us an edge definitely over other products
What about onboard storage? How much space you guys putting in there?
Onboard storage, well, we have two models. We have the 16 gigabyte version and the 32 gigabyte version.
Okay. See, I kind of knew that because of the Kickstarter, but I wanted you to be able to say. So that's huge too. So you're talking about now, is there going to be SD card slots for expandable, or?
Right now, we don't have an SD card slot.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff crammed onto the board.
And that's why we're asking. Yeah, I mean, that's. So what is the size specs right now? We showed it, but we didn't say. How big is the watch right now?
It's off the top of my head, I think it's 52 by 65 millimeters and about 14 millimeters thick.
So in terms of width, so everybody knows, because I'm a watch fanatic. That's like an extra large size watch face, in terms of one direction. I've seen watches that big, but they're usually on wrap stars, and we can't afford them. But those usually the guys that wear those. They have lots of diamonds and gold, but that's not overly overbearing if I don't have to carry a phone. So,
yeah, exactly. And one of the things that was really important for us, the reason why we put it as that size is to fit a full QWERTY keyboard and to have it actually be usable.
Okay.
We looked at a lot of different keyboards, and we took a lot of things into consideration when putting in the keyboard. And we found 2.4, it's 2.41 inches, and we found that this was the minimum size that we could have and still be able to comfortably use a QWERTY keyboard.
Now, let me ask this question: are you guys going to support, if you can get into Google Play Store, things like SwiftKey, some of the alternative keyboards?
Yeah, we've had actually a lot of alternative keyboard apps contact us.
Yep.
Specifically for that. So it is something that we're definitely looking into.
Minuum, that's probably one you probably heard from. Minuum guys, they were another Kickstarter as well. They came out. They have that real thin ribbon line of a full keyboard. It's really weird if you haven't seen it, but I run that on my phone sometimes. It's amazingly, it gives you back all the real estate, but things like SwiftKey, that's impressive if you guys can do that. That's the hottest keyboard for Android that in my opinion, forget the rest of the world. In my opinion, SwiftKey's the hottest keyboard there is. Now, what about, I have to ask this question, for the runners and the activity people, is there going to be stuff built in for them?
Oh, definitely. We have an accelerometer. We have, we can track steps and calories and stuff like that, activity. Accelerometer, gyroscope. We have GPS, so you can map out, run routes and everything on Google Maps. The Google Maps works great on the wrist, and it looks cool too.
Yeah.
And there's also, we're working on some customized apps to specifically tie in all of these features.
Right.
Because one of the things we notice is that devices on the market right now, they're good at one thing or another very specifically, like they focus on one little aspect, or they have to be plugged in to upload data and stuff like that. But we have the ability to track and display the data all at once in real time directly on the device.
Oh, okay.
So we're able to combine kind of the features of several different devices and take advantage of all that technology.
It's
in
like
one
Runkeeper on steroids. That's huge. That's a big deal. Now, what about water resistant, waterproofing? What are you guys going to do there?
We're working on some waterproofing technology. Right now, it's at about the same level as a regular smartphone.
That's what you need. So basically, don't drop it in the toilet.
I wouldn't go swimming with it just now. But
right, it's not a scuba watch. So everyone knows it's not meant for underwater yet. But that would be cool as a later model with more money for you guys, but a later model, that would be really cool. An actual diving type watch, that would be amazing.
We're definitely working with some companies to. There's the possibility down the line if it works out to make it submersible, but that's something that we're working on. It's more of a it's a future goal to make it so that you could actually take a shower with it, or not have to worry about it getting wet. So that's definitely one of our future goals, is to make it up to IP67 water resistant.
Now, one thing we haven't said humorously is, what are you guys going to call the watch? You've never said what you're going to call the watch.
Oh, it's called the Pine.
Yeah, you've never said it the whole time. I just hear me. I go, I'll say in the intro, he's never said what they're going to call the watch. So Pine is it.
The Neptune Pine.
The makers of the watch is the actual company name is going to make it
is Neptune.
Neptune. So I would just let everybody know. I saw it on the screen when you held it up, and I'm like, he's never said it. Now, what about timeline and cost? The important things people want to wait for here.
Timeline, in an ideal case, we're going to release in January. We need to get our certifications in order, our FCC, our CE, and UI and everything, and we need to, we need to get stuff like our IMA numbers for mobile operators and all that. We need, there's a few technical things we need to go through, but we've already opened the molds. We're working on our tooling. The main cost for Kickstarter for us is really ordering components and materials. That's a huge expense that we don't. That's basically what we're doing the Kickstarter for, is to raise funds for our materials and components. We've got over 150 specific, different components, specific components integrated on the board. Not to mention our raw materials, our plastic, our rubber, and our metal pieces, and
it's amazing that you guys, everything you've said, everyone's got to realize you're fitting into something on the wrist now. We've gone that far. We know they've gotten smaller, but you're talking about adding video capabilities, and that's a lot of stuff to cram on that little board, and to get battery life out of without having to carry around a portable battery pack all day, basically. Yeah. So we said first quarter. What about cost yet? Do you guys have any models yet on costs, or?
Cost, the retail, we're looking at between.
Nothing hard.
Let me see.
Have ranges yet? Yeah.
I don't have it exactly. It's going to be around $335, $390.
That's
around
that.
But I don't.
They got an idea. It's not going to be $800 at this point.
No. It's under $400.
Under $400.
Definitely
Okay.
$400.
That's reasonable because of what you pay for a phone, what you'll pay for a watch, what you'll pay for your running thing, what you'll if you put all that together.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I wanted to get an idea. I'm not expecting a hard number, but you're not going to say 800 or 1,000. So everyone feels better at this point. So January, where are you guys going to be? Where can we start seeing it besides the Kickstarter page? Because you guys really update that a lot, which is nice. Where can they catch you at?
Well, we're looking at distributing through a lot of different channels.
Okay.
We have our website, obviously, which would be the primary point to order through.
CES. We got CES coming up shortly. You're going to be there?
Yeah, definitely. We will be at CES. We're going to be in the Wrist Revolution section, so people can come see us there. And
that's going to be, so everyone knows, this is a new section of CES this year, from what I understand. They sent me a bunch of press on it saying it's a new section. Spike Studio, which is me, will be there a lot. We'll be spending some time with everybody in that section. We love the watches, but you guys are on a pretty aggressive time frame too. So is everything in line so far, you think, like parts and equipment? And I forget the licensing. I know that could take forever with them, but you guys are moving along with the production?
Yeah, production's been moving. It's been moving really well. We have a really good manufacturer. That was a big thing for us. We went overseas and we visited several different manufacturers, and we made sure we had one that was very good, very high quality manufacturer. The people who are manufacturing our product they manufacture stuff you would see every day in Best Buy or in Future Shop, or it's stuff that you see on the shelves every day. Like high quality products by very well-known names. So we made sure that they were a very high-quality manufacturer, because there's usually some issues. People are unsure about quality, and
Gotcha. So give them the links. Where should they be headed right now? Because I know you got other appointments to do. You got to actually make a phone watch. So tell them, Kickstarter. You guys are on there. What do they search under? Search under Pine or Neptune, or what do they search for?
Pine, Neptune Pine.
Okay. And then what about following you guys anywhere else? Twitter, your webpage? Give them some links.
We have a Facebook page as well.
Okay.
So, people can check out, everyone can check out our Facebook page. We have a Twitter account as well. So if you search Neptune. So, everybody, if whoever wants to follow that, that's good.
And I will let everybody know, I'm looking at, if you just search for the word Neptune on Kickstarter, it comes right up. You guys have almost, at the time we recorded this, just under 1,000 backers, a few short, and $250,000 of your $100,000 goal in Canadian, which, we don't know what that works out to be. And then you still got 29 days to go. So by the time everybody sees this, there will be just over 3 weeks to go, because this will be out next week at the holiday. So 3 weeks to go, get your hands. You guys still have some of that? You had a really good Kickstarter one to get one, like at real cheap price later compared to what it's going to be retail. No, look at that. The early adopter $199 is all gone.
All right.
Yeah, you're like, whatever. That's great. No, but there's a bunch of other stuff in there. There's a few left of some of the other, like 16 gig in black. You're going to have, colors. The black, but you also
right.
have, what else, a white?
Black and a white. So jet black, polar white.
And what's the band? We didn't discuss what the band was real quick. Leather, plastic, what is it?
The band right now, it's silicone, silicone and polycarbonate.
Okay.
So it's it's a basic band, but the one that's visible on the site right now is our basic generic band that we've been using so far.
Okay.
But we are working on making a band that looks much better, that looks much more polished. We realize right now it might look a little bit geeky, but we're working on something that will look much more polished and much more finished, and much more fashionable, basically, that we're looking to ship the device with.
And you left off one. I know we ran over time, but there's also, I didn't even know this. There's a headset clip.
That's right. We're just finishing up the manufacturing details for a helmet mount, because it actually has a similar resolution to other action cams that are available on the market right now. It's 5 megapixel, and we can record HD video on it, no problem. So we decided, it looks very similar to like a GoPro, for example. The form factor is very similar.
Yeah.
So we figured, why not leverage this functionality? Why not let people use their device for this this purpose as well? So it was really.
I'll quickly list the stuff. So we're saying under $400. It's Qualcomm Snapdragon. I'm looking at the specs. 2.44 inch screen, 320 by 240 resolution on there. Jellybean 412-ish, whatever. Wi-Fi is built in, GPS is built in, Bluetooth is there, the micro SIM card slot for what carrier, accelerometer, gyroscope, the speaker and mic, the headset jack, 5 megapixel camera, with a there's a rear facing and a front facing camera.
That's right.
You left that off. The LED flash.
Well, you can see we have the rear facing camera here.
Yeah.
So when it's detached like it is now, you can basically use it the same way you would use a camera.
Okay.
And then the other one, this is the front-facing one. This is the one that would be used for video chat.
Gotcha.
They both have flashes. Another thing is the video chat one has an illuminator, so in low light you can also you can illuminate your face and have video chat in low light.
Nice. And we already talked about the talk times, and the last part is 16 or 32 gig built-in storage. And if you really get high up on the Kickstarters, apparently you can actually get the white one too, but black is the default color.
That's right.
Aaron, I'm impressed. I can't wait to get mine, man. I'm like overly anxious at this point to get mine. And people, they always see the Geek Toys, they ask where I get the stuff. This one is one of the ones that I jumped on. Everyone should know, Kickstarter. I backed it. So I'm in. I'm invested. It better be good. No, I'm kidding. The pressure.
I appreciate your support. One more thing I want to mention, though, that we didn't cover. We also have a heart rate monitor that we've developed that plugs in.
Heart rate monitor.
So it's real-time heart rate monitor. It uses an electro-optical sensor, and it actually plugs into the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack.
Yeah,
so
you kind of left that out, man. I don't even see that on the page. Is that actually on? I don't even see that on the page. It may be, it may be on like there it is. Is that the pulse counter?
That's right. Pulse counter.
Yeah, they tricked me. They didn't have any pictures of it up, but it's mentioned in text on the right side, and little tiny pulse counter.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. I need one of these things bad, because I can get rid of a bunch of stuff. So if it'll let me swap micro SIMs and stuff, I'm all in. Man, Aaron, I appreciate it. I know we went a little bit over in time. Everyone, follow the links. Get your hands, back them if it's still open when you see this. If not, catch them at CES, and then the website will have it open for orders eventually, as soon as you guys are ready to go, right? Are we going to do pre-orders, though? Or is there going to be pre-orders?
We've been taking pre-orders, actually, since before the Kickstarter, and there will be pre-orders available after as well.
Well, they can get their pre-order after I get mine. So you hang on one second. Everybody else, another Spike Studio product review. We will be seeing them live at CES, so look for some more video probably on the show floor coming up in January. Otherwise, thanks to Aaron and the team there for setting this up. I know it's a hectic schedule for them with the holiday season. Everyone, we'll talk to you shortly. And Aaron, you hang on one second.